Good morning, all. I'm Dr. Sumit Agrawal, Head of the Department of Commerce, GEMTech Greater Noida. Today, we will discuss few important but short topic of human resource management. The topic is internal mobility and job change. So, in this topic, there are four subtopics that we will discuss right now: promotion, demotion, transfer, and separation. These all are the part of internal mobility and job change. So promotion, demotion and transfer are the part of internal mobility while separation is a part of job change. Promotion. The advancement of an employee from one job position to another job position that has higher salary range, a higher level of job title and often more and higher level of job responsibility is called promotion. Advancement within an organization is ordinarily labeled as promotion. This includes a promotion from one job to another that is better in terms of status and responsibility. Ordinarily, the promotion to the higher job is accompanied by increase in pay and privileges, but not always. The term dry promotions refers to an increase in the responsibilities and status without any increase in pay. So, in a simple language, what is promotion? Promotion is the movement or the transfer from one job to another which is of higher status, more responsibility, and usually accompanied by the increase in the pay. But in case of dry promotion, there is no increase in the pay, but there is an increase in the responsibilities and status. Now, promotion. Types of promotion. On the basis of factor involved in promotion, it can be classified into following two forms: horizontal promotion and vertical promotion. In horizontal promotion, employee's job classification remains the same. In this case, only his or her position increase. For example, a lower division clerk may be promoted as a upper division clerk with the same job assignments and responsibility is the example of horizontal promotion which is at the same level. In vertical promotion, an employee crosses his or her job classification. This increases the person's responsibilities and status. For example, a superintendent becomes departmental manager, that is considered as a vertical promotion. Now, what's the need for promotion? So there are various needs for a promotion. Organizational needs. To satisfy the organizational need, promotion is required because maybe some person resigned, so you require a new person for the same job, so you can internally promote a person for that particular job. Providing motivation and satisfaction to the employees, it will give a feeling of satisfaction and motivation to the employee. It also helps in employee development. When the employee is working for a new job, he will develop new skills, new abilities, and it will help in employees development. It also helps in rewarding the employee's performance. This is a way to reward the performance of the employee. William Sprigel has classified promotion into three parts: interdepartmental, departmental, and interplant. Interdepartmental means uh, within the different departments of the same organization. Maybe a marketing department a person is promoted to the some other department. Departmental promotion is a promotion within a department, and interplant is the promotion of a person from one plant to another plant. Now the basis for promotions. So basically there are two bases for promotion. One is merit based and another is seniority based. Management personnel generally prefers merit as determined by job performance and by analysis of employees' potential for promotion. So the merit is on the basis of the performance of an employee, while seniority is based on the period in from which a particular person is working in an organization. While determining the seniority of an individual in an organization, the rules should be carefully and specifically spelled out so that there is no chances of conflicts or no chances of biasness. Now transfer. What is transfer and how transfer is different from promotion? So now we will discuss the concept of transfer. A transfer refers to the lateral movement of employees within the same grade from one job to another. So it's the movement of employees from one job to another on a same grade, same pay, same responsibilities, same status of job. So in case of promotion, we have a change in the status, change in the salary, change in the responsibilities. But in case of transfer, there is no change in the grade or responsibilities. Grade will be same. According to Flippo, a transfer is a change in the job accompanied by a change in the place of the job of an employee without a change in responsibilities or remuneration. So there is no change in the salaries and responsibilities. Grade of the job is same. Transfer differs from promotion in the sense that the lateral involves a change of job involving increase in salary, authority, status and responsibilities, while all these remain unchanged in case of former. Former means transfer. Also, transfers are frequent and regular, whereas promotions are infrequent and not very regular. Now, transfer could be permanent, temporary, or ad hoc to meet emergencies. Usually, permanent transfers are made due to change in the workload or death, retirement, resignation, etc. of the some employees. As regard temporary transfer arise mainly due to ill health, maybe a problem in a plant, or some specific situations which are for a particular period of time. Transfer decisions may be perceived as negative or positive depending upon an employee's personal preference, needs, and aspiration. For example, an organization may consider transfer from Guwahati regional office to Delhi head office as a positive and reward because it will be enable the employee to broaden his or her knowledge and work experience. On the contrary, the employees may look down upon it as it breaks ties with his people and community in Guwahati. So, from the company point of view, that is a positive transfer, and from the employee point of view, that is a negative transfer. Now, the need for transfer. So, first and the foremost need is to meet organizational needs. Change in technology, volume of production, production schedule, change in product line, quality of product, change in organizational structure, etc. required organization to redesign job among employees so that right employee is placed on the right job. That may be result into transfer of employees from one department to another. Second, to satisfy employees' need. Employees may request for transfer in order to satisfy their desire to work in a particular department, place, and under some superior. Personal problem of employees like health, family circumstances, and interpersonal conflicts may also result into transfers. To better utilize employees. When an employee is not performing satisfactorily in one job and management thinks that his or her capabilities would be utilized better elsewhere, he may be transferred to the other job. To make the employee more versatile. In some organizations like bank, employees after working on a job for a specific period are transferred to other jobs with a view to widen their knowledge and skills and also reduce the monotony of the job. This is called job rotation. To adjust the workforce. Workforce can be transferred from the department plans where there is less work to the department plans where there more work is there. So the adjustment of workforce result into transfer. To provide relief. Transfer may be made to give relief to the employees who are overburdened or doing hazardous work for a longer period of time. Sometimes transfer can be done for the as a punishment, and this is known as demotion that we will discuss in the next part of the lecture. So demotion. Demotion is just opposite to promotion. In demotion, the employee is shifted to the job lower in status, grade and responsibility. Demotion refers to the lowering down of the status, salary and responsibilities of an employee. In the word of Dale Yoder, demotion is a shift to a position in which responsibilities are decreased. Promotion is, in a sense, an increase in the rank, and demotion is decrease in the rank. So demotion is just opposite of promotion. Now, the following are the certain reasons for promotion. Inadequacy on the part of the employee in terms of job performance, attitude, and capability. Demotion may result from the organizational staff reduction due to adverse business conditions. Organization may decide to lay off some and downgrade some jobs. Demotions may be used as a disciplinary tools against the employees. There may be chances of demotion if there is a mistake in the staffing process, a placement of the employee, a person is promoted wrongly for a particular position. When, because of change in technologies, methods, and practice, old hands are unable to adjust, or when employees become, because of ill health or personal reason, cannot do their job properly, they may be uh, there may be demotion of those employees. Now, the last topic for this lecture is separation. According to Yoder, separation is negative recruitment. If it may be in the form of resignation, dismissal, discharge, suspension, retrenchment, layoff, etc. So there are several ways of separation, which include resignation, dismissal or discharge, suspension of employees, retrenchment, or layoff. Suspension. This means prohibiting an employee from performing the duties assigned to him or her. This involves withholding wages for as long as the prohibition continues. In this case, the employee is considered suspended. In other words, suspension does not mean termination of service, but only denial of work for some time or for a particular period of time. Dismissal. This means termination of service or contract as punishment for serious misconduct or act of indiscipline. This is the supreme punishment which a company can give for disciplinary disciplinary actions. So the difference between dismissal and suspension is dismissal is for a separation of an employee from an organization, while suspension is separation for a particular period of time. Retrenchment. It is a termination of service for the reason of unemployment or surplus to requirement. The Industrial Dispute Act defines retrenchment as termination by the employers of the service of a workman for any reasons whatsoever other than as a punishment. It does not include voluntary retirement and termination on the grounds of ill health. By recent amendment, non-renewal of contract is not to be regarded as retrenchment. In other words, it is termination of service, but all termination of services are not retrenchment. The biggest difference between layoff and retrenchment is that layoff is volatile in nature. Employees are recalled once the period of layoff is over. While retrenchment is non-volatile, that involves full and final termination of the services. So in today's lecture we discussed two topics: internal mobility and separation. So internal mobility is in the three forms. One is promotion, one is demotion, and one is promotion, demotion, and transfer. The difference between these three terms are: promotion means uh, transfer of person from one post to another, or the promotion of person from one post to another which is of higher status, higher responsibility, and of higher grade. Transfer is the movement of a person from one post to another which is of same status and same grade. Demotion is the movement of person from one post to another which is of lower status and lower grade. So promotion is usually a reward for the employees, while demotion is usually a punishment for the employee. In the last section we discussed about the separation and the type of separations. So there are two terms, layoffs and retrenchment. So layoff is a kind of punishment given to the employee While retrenchment is not a basically punishment, but the reason for retrenchments can be uh, retrenchments can be a surplus of the employees or due to the conditions, uh, conditions. The employees are separated from the separated from the organization, terminated from the organization. So that's all with your today's topic of internal mobility and separation. Thank you.